Hi everybody, welcome to the Sage Centaurus channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. Today we are going to do a pick-a-pile reading focused on what do they feel for you? What are their feelings for you, your person? So for those of you who are new to pick-a-pile, we have 3 here. This will be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. You'll want to pick the pile you're most drawn to. You can pause the video if you would like, take a minute to think about it, marinate on it. If you like to pick by crystals, I have an aura quartz here, green fluorite for pile 2, and lapis for pile 3. So go ahead, take a moment, pick your pile, and then go on and scroll down to the description where you will see the timestamps for the different piles. Go ahead and click your pile, and I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hi, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you selected the aura quartz here and the Star Power Tarot, and we're just gonna go ahead and jump right on in to your reading. I'll go ahead and shuffle. You're going to take a look at what your person feels for you, what their feelings are in this connection. How do they feel about pile 1? Okay. All right, Spirit, how does pile 1's person feel about pile 1? What are their feelings for pile 1? Ace of Swords. We have 8 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the bottom of the deck is the Star. Let's go ahead and get clarifiers right away for the Ace of Swords. Spirit, please clarify Ace of Swords. How does pile 1's person feel about pile 1? We have the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Clarify the 8 of Wands, Spirit. We've got the Hierophant. Let's clarify the 7 of Pentacles. It's too many. She reminds me of Maleficent for some reason, although Maleficent, oh, she did have like 2 horns, but those are more like cat ears, huh? So Spirit, please clarify the 7 of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Spirit, please clarify the Page of Wands. King of Wands. It's giving me Billie Eilish vibes. And the bottom of the deck is the Tower. Wow. Interesting. I love it next to the Star. Okay, so let's get into your reading, you guys. Right off the bat, I think this person feels like there's an imbalance in communication with you. I've, like, just energetically, I'm getting the download of like push-pull. And it's like, there's like this tension of wanting to go really fast and then having to go really slow, like this push-pull dynamic. I'm just feeling that in my body, and in my mind, like my thoughts are like push-pull. So I feel like there's some kind of like imbalance here in the communication. Communication's not stable, or we're not, it's like there's a wantingness to bring more serious conversations to the surface, or to the relationship. It's like a wantingness to talk about stability, but not being able to, or not having like a balance in communication. Like there's something that is off about the communication in the relationship. Like either somebody's doing all the communicating and another person is not. It looks like this person might feel like they want more communication from you for some reason. But it could be the opposite. It could be them not communicating enough, and maybe they're thinking about communicating more, or they, yeah, so, sorry. Okay, moving on through this, we see the 8 of Wands and the Hierophant. So, you know, the Hierophant can be about tradition and doing things the old-fashioned way. It can also be about, you know, family programming, institutions, religion, but in this case, it's like giving me the vibe of, because 8 of Wands is like this really fast-moving energy. It's like messages that want to come through. It can often be messages of love, of romance, but actually, it looks like they want to talk about, again, it's like this wantingness to talk about stabilizing the relationship, or like bringing like commitment into the chat, bringing that into the chat, that topic. Like a really strong desire to talk about commitment, or to move forward into the realm of commitment. So perhaps this person is wanting to talk to you about, you know, strengthening the communication between the two of you with the goal of like wanting to drive towards commitment. This person does have some fears though, about investing in the relationship. I'll get some clarifiers on that in a bit, but it looks like, because the 7 of Pentacles is all about an investment and kind of like planting seeds and, you know, waiting. It's all about patience, and planting seeds, waiting for the harvest to come through. So this, it's like that to me definitely signifies commitment. There's stability in there with the Pentacles, but this person does have fears of commitment, but they're being driven towards commitment with you. So like, it's either spirit pushing them, the energy, like there's like just a strong attraction, but this person definitely feels, I feel like, strong vibes of wanting to bring stability and seriousness to the relationship, commitment into the conversation here. They want to move towards this like pretty quickly, but there is this fear of commitment here. There is, and maybe it's like an impatience. It seems like this person is kind of impatient in general, or maybe this person is a little bit more, maybe they're not, maybe they need some grounding a little bit, or maybe they're like an impulsive type personality, or they like to like, they just move really fast maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're just really passionate. But it looks like they're like a quick moving personality, but they're also afraid of commitment and kind of like putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak. So perhaps we can look into this a little bit more, but it just seems like there's some kind of fear of investing although this person really wants to. So you see that push-pull is coming back here. It's like this person really wants to talk about commitment, is excited about it. This person is really into you, but there's like a fear here of commitment. I don't think it has anything to do with you. Again, we have passion here and wanting to send out messages of passion. This person thinks of you in a very serious way, feels like a deep passion for you. And it's not like just this surface level passion, although it might feel that way or seem like it, because I feel like maybe this might be close to the beginning of a relationship with this person, or maybe you've been in separation, you're coming back to the table for another go at it. But it seems like we're like in the beginning stages here of something. But this person feels like very strongly for you, which makes me think it might be like a coming back to the table situation. Like maybe you guys are in separation for a bit of time. Either way, there's a very strong attraction here, like a physical attraction. This person has a lot of passion for you. They probably have like a strong like impulse to like message you or contact you quite a bit. And I can see that here too. So this again is a message, like passionate messages coming through, perhaps like flirty messages, not so much like romantic. This person doesn't feel like super romantic, but they feel like super like fiery. So I'm thinking like air or fire signs here. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Those signs are coming through for me here in this particular reading. Doesn't have to be the case necessarily. They could have, you know, sun, moon, rising in those signs, or stellium or something. But so anyway, but they are, I'd rather see the King of Wands here than the Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands is an F-boy. Like he's just like a playboy. He doesn't care. He's out to like have fun and, you know, never text you back. But this guy has a little bit, he's like a little bit more stable, a little bit more responsible and serious. So, and he's like really passionate. Like you definitely feel the heat with this person, and he wants to contact you. He wants to message you. That's what he's constantly thinking about. He feels like very passionately towards you. And interesting to see the Tower here with the star. This makes me feel like this is some kind of like fated relationship, or like a twin flame situation or a soulmate situation. I know we don't have the Lovers here, but you know, when I'm seeing this, the Tower and the star, it's like the Tower is like this earth-shattering experience, or like it could be like this epiphany, like a bolt from the blue that kind of like wakes you up, and you're like, you have this realization like, oh my God. And it's clarifying the star, and the star is like seeing your path towards your highest good and feeling connected in with that, and like you're healing through that, and like just knowing like you're on the right path towards your highest good. Like, so this person definitely feels like drawn to you, like in a fated way. Like you are on this person's path, they are on your path towards their highest good. It's reciprocal. And I feel like either this was like all of a sudden a realization from this person, like, oh my God, and maybe that's why all this like this drive towards seriousness is coming through. But this person definitely feels like they've snapped out of it or snapped into it, but they're like, oh my God, like I see it so clearly now. There's like some clarity here and some understanding, and they're drawn to you. Like there's something about you that like brings them like a sense of calm and healing, and a feeling of like being connected in with their path, with their highest good. So some interesting cards here. Let's go through and get some clarifiers on a couple of these cards here. I'm gonna get clarifiers with the Way Home Tarot. Just give it a few good shuffles. I want to clarify that Eight of Swords. I just want to clarify everything, okay? So we'll go through and take a look. A couple cards just fell out. The Wheel of Fortune and the Sun of Wands. But I'm going to put them back in and keep shuffling. All right. Spirit, can you please, I really want to clarify the Eight of Swords first. Can you please clarify the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles? Spirit, can you please clarify the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles? The Sun of Swords. Let me get more. Spirit, please clarify the Eight of Swords. The Father of Swords. Definitely getting that this person is likely an air sign. I want to say it's more than likely. So I'm definitely getting some Libra, Aquarius, Gemini vibes here. One more for the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. The Universe reversed. So that is the World in this deck. Let's see what we got. It looks like, yeah, definitely got the air sign vibe here, but this person, I feel like they more often than not, or maybe in the past, up until they've met you or up until this point in time, have been a head over heart person. Like, let's analyze our feelings, you know, not really jumping into the heart space. And honestly feel like this is a person that maybe you've been with before, with the World reversed here, with the Universe reversed. It looks like an unfinished, like there's some unfinished business here, and there's a desire to like enter into the heart space and out of the head space. And this person, like the energy is moving really quickly for this person. So this is either like spirit motivating this person, or it's like divine timing, like pushing on this person really hard. Spirit is probably pushing on this person really hard. Their guides are probably pushing on them hard. But all of it, like, because I feel like there's this like, boom, this realization, right? And Spirit is calling them to look at like their fear of commitment. And I think that they were blocked before from committing in any sort of capacity to anybody, including you, prior to now, because they were a head over heart person. And they would overanalyze the shit out of the relationship to the point where, you know, all the romantic feelings are gone, and it's like almost like looking at a math equation on a piece of paper, and it's like, does 1 + 1 = 2? You know, it's like just kind of taking all the feeling and emotion and romance out of it and turning it into like some kind of code. Like, so I feel like this person is starting to learn that they need to get out of their headspace and into their body and look at the relationship from a heart space. I feel like that this is like, I feel like they're really being pushed to do this because this is what's preventing them from leveling up and growing into their like next level or phase of life, which is coming up for them. I feel like it's coming up pretty quickly, and they need to work through this in order to like enter into that next phase, you know, to be aligned with their highest good. Interesting download. So they are definitely working on this fear of commitment. This is something that they're like aware of and actively working on. And I feel like they're really trying to like obliterate it. Like they're well aware of it and they're trying to fix the issue. And because it like frustrates them too, right? Because I think that they've grown quite a bit and they're looking for stability, they're looking for commitment, they're looking for healthy communication. You know, they're starting to grow and become more aligned with their path, and they like keep bumping into this, and they're like sick of it. They're like, all right, let's just be done with it. It's blocking them from progressing into their next level of life, and it looks like they want you to be in that, included in that. So it looks like that is something that this person is working on, and that might also be why I'm feeling this push-pull, because they're fighting that, and they're fighting it really hard, and they're really trying to make sure that they get out of their head, they're out of their head space and entering into their heart space. But yeah, you definitely are driving them towards this healing and towards this growth for sure, because it looks like you are the catalyst here. I mean, these are their feelings for you, and their feelings appear strong and stable, and like they want something more substantial with you. So interesting to see that. That's cool. Okay, so let's look at Ace of Swords and Six of Pentacles. Spirit, can you clarify the Six of Pentacles reversed with the Ace of Swords? There it is. The Lovers. Let's get one more. The Nine of Pentacles. Okay. I just want to say that, again, I feel like this is like attempt number whatever with this person. Like, I feel like you have history here with them. And I feel like they are looking at your history with them and, you know, like all the good times. I feel like there's like this evaluation going on here a little bit. Like going through the memories, looking at like all the solid and fruitful, beautiful aspects of the relationship, and maybe realizing that, you know, they've not really had this with anybody else. Like there's like a serious evaluation going on here in this person's head. And it makes sense too with the Lovers, that push-pull too. It's like trying to find that balance, but knowing that I feel like this person definitely feels like this is a fated relationship, absolutely. And they admire you. They think that you're very like successful. They see you as somebody who has grown quite a bit, maybe from the first time they met you. And you've grown into like this awesome person who is really strong, beautiful. They see you as beautiful, strong, physically healthy. You know, you've just got your ish together, and it's admirable. You might have leveled up in your career quite a bit since you initially met this person, and they just like really admire you. And it's like they're starting to see like, I don't want my life to go on without this person in it. And I feel like they're working through those feelings, and maybe they want to talk to you about this. But I can see like them working through this fear of commitment right now. It's right in the center of all of this, if you look at the placement. And so it might feel like there's spurts of communication coming through, and then all of a sudden they kind of like drop away a little bit. But I wouldn't take it as they are losing interest in you, or, you know, like they're still the same old F-boy, which makes me think they maybe were like in the past up until this point. Like, I feel like this person's obviously growing, but they've grown to a point where, and maybe this has been like a really long time that you've known this person. Maybe you've known this person for 9 years. 9 months, but maybe a lot has happened in those 9 months. You've gone back and forth. But this person is definitely of the mindset that like you are their other half. And there's like this desire to want to bring balance back into the relationship. They really care about you. They want to bring that stability in, but I don't think that they know how. Maybe they feel like they're not sure if you want that. You know, there's like this lack of energy from the other side when you have the Six of Pentacles reversed. And I feel like they just feel like it's unstable right now. The communication is unstable. So maybe you guys aren't talking so much, and this person wants to relay this to you. Maybe you're talking like sporadically. But yeah, this is something that they definitely see like for the long term. They look back and they have like a fondness of memories of you and them together. And, you know, they just like really admire you. They think that you've leveled up quite a bit in your life, that you've got your ish together. Like you're inspiring to them. They think that, you know, I think that they just see that the relationship has so much potential to be like fruitful for them. Like they finally have this like clarity, I think. And that comes into with the Tower here. Let's get a clarifier for the Hierophant and the Eight of Wands. Four of Swords. Interesting. One more clarifier, please. Eight of Wands. Yeah, back and forth, push and pull here. And this person is like fighting themselves. Poor soul. They are going through a lot, you guys. They are going through a lot of growth, and like they go through these spurts and then they're like completely drained, and then they need to like be quiet and take care of themselves. I feel like they're getting maybe a lot of downloads from spirit right now. You know, growth is happening at a very rapid pace for them, whereas maybe in the past it didn't happen that way. And maybe they were like kind of slow and stubborn and kind of set in their ways. Maybe like, you know, didn't want to leave their bubble, didn't want to grow, wanted to be, maybe they had Peter Pan syndrome or something. Not saying that this is a guy, but, you know, just that kind of mindset. But it looks like they are starting to surrender to, you know, the idea of commitment. And I feel like maybe spirit is sending them downloads to get them prepared, or to put them into that mindset to help them grow. Like spirit is like really kicking their ass right now. Like, you need to like get this moving. And, you know, I feel like they get these blasts, and maybe that's when they like reach out to you, and like there's a lot of communication, there's a back and forth, and then all of a sudden it's like they kind of like power down, and go back into their safe space and just kind of like replenish and heal their energy and maybe process all of like what just happened. Like I feel like this person gets downloads and then like slows down a process, and like you can feel that push-pull too because you're on the other end of all this stuff going on. Like you are sewn into this in a way. So that would explain that if you feel like there's like this push forward and then like a step back or something when it comes to communication and then the idea of commitment with this person. All right, let's clarify the King of Wands with the Page of Wands. Six of Pentacles upright. One more clarifier. Seven of Cups. I feel like this person daydreams a lot about you. They are seeking like a reciprocal relationship. Like they want that balance again. Like they want to get this into a healthy place. Like they want to fix it. They want the energy to be consistent again. They're just like really working on some shadow work right now and processing some downloads coming in from spirit to help them level up. I feel like not only are they working on this part of their life and you might be the catalyst for that, or you are sewn into that piece on the romance side, but it looks like they're also doing a personal level up here just in general. Maybe a changing career, maybe they're moving, or, you know, something like that. Just like a big, major, swift changes coming in for this person who I feel like has moved slower throughout their entire life up until this point. So they're kind of like, oh my God, what's going on? They're trying to digest everything. This poor person, you know, sending them some good vibes. But it looks like they have a lot on their mind. They think constantly about different opportunities with you, and they daydream. I feel like they're thinking about like all the different, I feel like there are a lot of different parts of their life that are tied to this level up, and it can be a little bit overwhelming for them sometimes. But, you know, they're seeking balance, and they see you as like providing this stability and balance and like abundance in their life, like everything that's kind of missing right now. So I see that that is largely what is driving their passion for you. You know, they're looking at all the different ways maybe they can have a life with you. Maybe just daydreaming a little bit about, you know, like different like fun moments or vacations, or like just different like emotional opportunities with you. They also might be a little bit confused because the Seven of Cups can also indicate some confusion just because there is an abundance of thoughts, opportunities, just things kind of swirling around in the mind. And, you know, I feel like this person is going through the Seven of Cups because all these big, massive, fast downloads are coming through. And then there's you. So, you know, maybe perhaps they also choose to see you as like a stabilizer here for this energy as well. But I do see them daydreaming a bit about you and about some other things going on in their life. And they're just really trying to find the stability right now to like sift through this, find the best path and balance it all out. They might talk to you about their aspirations and their passions a little bit. That's where this might be coming in too. They might talk to you about all the different possibilities that are kind of swirling around in their mind. Maybe not romantic so much. I see that they want to, but they're just not at that point yet. I think that they still need to work on these issues here before they can get to that. But they might talk to you about the different things going on as in regard to this, like these other moves that they're making in their life, like maybe talking to you about, you know, potential job opportunities or maybe potential places they want to live coming up. But I feel like this person is making some major changes and you are right along in the mix there. You are one of these cups in here. So they're just trying to figure out a way to balance it all out and maybe perhaps talk to you. They're bouncing these ideas off of you because they want to see, you know, what your opinion is of them, you know, with this, like, is this something you're into? Is this something that sounds good to you? Like, they're bringing you in on their planning because they value your opinion and maybe they want to see, like, if that's like a journey that you would want to go along with them on without saying that directly to you. And then let's get some clarifiers on the Tower and the Star. Right away, Daughter of Pentacles wants to pop out. This card also wants to pop out. The Chariot. Awesome. Yeah. So they definitely had like this epiphany moment where, you know, they realize that you are on their path. Like, you are a soulmate, perhaps a twin flame. If they're even thinking about twin flames, I don't know if this person thinks about that, but that's the energy here. They at least at a baseline feel like you are a soul connection, you know, like this long-term, unshakable type of love and connection, something you just never can shake or forget about. And they've had this epiphany and they're becoming aligned with their path. And they're getting really excited about going forward down the path and planting seeds and kind of like making this investment and moving forward on it. And like, I feel like for them, like this person might be like an all or nothing person. And, you know, maybe that's why they have this fear of commitment too, because they're like, man, if I really go into it, like, again, with this person, like, I'm going in for the long haul, and this is maybe feels like a really big decision for them. So they just need like some time to work through the energy. But I feel like Spirit is like really nudging them, like, hello, let's go. What are you waiting for? But, you know, I feel like they're all or nothing. And once they decide to plant that seed and make that investment and like start to explore life with you, like in a serious, grounded way that like grows deep roots, like they are going to chase it down like nothing else exists. And they will be completely dedicated and focused on the relationship. And I feel like that's the energy that's like starting to bubble up with them. And maybe that power scares them because it's like this force of nature, right? Because I'm looking at the Chariot card here. You have this salmon kind of going upstream, which is, you know, doesn't seem like the logical thing to do, but it's like a force of nature. It's something that they're called to do, you know, to spawn. So it just goes to show that the energy behind the Chariot like goes against all odds to go after what it wants, what it needs, what it's driven to do, like in its DNA. And I feel like once this person finally gets their ish together and like plants that seed and like decides to go in with this investment in you, in the relationship, that they're going to be all in, and it's like you will feel it. So that's really exciting to see. It's kind of hot, actually. This is awesome, you guys. What a beautiful reading, and I'm sorry that you're kind of still waiting for this person to figure things out, but it looks like they're working through it. They know, right? And they want to talk to you about things related to love and the relationship and their feelings for you. But I just think that they're working through their fear of commitment first and making sure that they're good with everything on their end. They have a lot going on that they need to nail down, which can be overwhelming, but they really need to kind of choose their path. And I think that once they maybe get some movement there, and they're talking to you about it, I think, like, Sometimes they might just tell you about the different options in their life that they're considering. So you definitely may know, you know, what's going on, what the status of those things are. And I feel like once that starts to get nailed down a bit more, this might start to flow in. You might have that communication coming back towards the relationship, like, oh, hey, I'd like to see you a bit more, or, you know, maybe there'll be some like reminiscing with you about different facets of the relationship from the past. Because I definitely think that this is somebody you have some history with, and maybe you're not in contact right now, or it's sporadic and limited. Maybe you just recently came back to the table a little bit. Communication just got started again. But I feel like if that happened, like say you guys just came back to the table and started talking again, like this person came in hot. Like you sent maybe like a 3-line message and they sent like paragraphs back, and you're like, whoa, whoa. Like you were waiting to talk to me, weren't you? But then all of a sudden they kind of pull back a little bit. And so you might be feeling this push-pull for a little bit, but I wouldn't worry about anything right now. It looks like they're just kind of working through some major changes in their life. They're working through their commitment issues. They are absolutely focused on that. And they are for sure considering a reinvestment in this relationship, or a brand new investment in this relationship. They know. They've had like a bolt from the blue, like spirit slapped them in the face and was like, wake up. This is your person. So they are working through that. They get constant downloads. They get constant zaps of energy. And this person is kind of going through a lot, like a personal revolution, internal, external. So give them a little bit of a break, like let them heal, let them work through their stuff. So this might take a little bit more time to come together. I'm gonna say maybe month 6, or September. At the time I'm recording this, it's May, but I would maybe say, you know, you could go like within 6 months out from the time that you watch this. Or we could just roll this dice here. How about that? Spirit, tell us what possible months this relationship might go to the next level. So 3 and 11. So either 3 to 11 months out from this reading. I know that's kind of a huge range, but it is what it is. And, or it could be March through November, depending on when you're watching this reading. So that's a little advice there from Spirit. What can you do in the meantime? Let's get some messages from Spirit here on how you can care for yourself in the meantime, and what you should be focusing on. The self-love affirmations deck, because I feel like it might be a bit of time before you guys really see some forward movement. So what's the best thing to do in that waiting period? Love yourself. Let's see. Spirit. Oh, we got 2. Self-honor. I give myself permission to pause when my world begins to spin. So, you know, you might feel like, you might also feel this heavy pull towards this person. Like you might also realize, yeah, this is definite soulmate energy, twin flame stuff going on here. And it's like, I feel like the moment this person comes back into your world, it's like they kind of, there's like a lot of, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh, there's like a lot of mass to this energy, and it just kind of like soaks everything up and like takes your focus in a big way, and it might kind of cause you to spin off center a little bit. So this is just saying, I give myself permission to pause when my world begins to spin. So if you feel like that's happening, pause, take a deep breath, go back to, you know, your hobbies, your work, you know, your life. Take care of yourself, take extra care of yourself. Center, do grounding meditations. Yoga is definitely helpful. But you definitely need to pause and go into Four of Swords as well. Like this person is going into. And then self-worth. I'm deserving of so much more. So continue to hold yourself at a high standard, because I feel like you've done a lot of growing, right? Because they see you as the Nine of Pentacles here, and you are like, you have leveled up quite a bit. Like you are feeling beautiful in your own skin, or maybe just like a level of strength and accomplishment that maybe you didn't have like months or years ago. Like you've leveled up in a big way. So just continue to focus on your self-worth, because that is what is driving this. You guys are both doing a glow up, and the energy is starting to kind of resonate together. So continue to focus on your self-worth. Like, don't give in, even if the communication is half-assed. Continue to hold your ground. Obviously, don't be combative, but, you know, honor your own boundaries, and still, you know, if you expect certain things from a partner, don't move forward with this person until they're ready to give that to you. That's what that's saying. So make sure that you stay focused on yourself and taking care of yourself, and making sure that your boundaries are honored, and that you are getting what you deserve from this relationship. And don't move forward until you do. Let's see if there's anything else here. I feel like you will get so much more. Like this person is like gonna bring it. Like you've like nothing you've seen before. Like this person is gonna be like, all right, I'm in, I'm all in, let's effing do this. Self-forgiveness. I treat myself with respect and kindness from today forward. So yeah, continue to, like, don't take any of this stuff personally that this person is doing. If you have like maybe some less than happy experiences with this person in the past, maybe some arguments, which is highly likely given the nature of the relationship that I'm picking up, just forgive yourself, forgive this person as well. You know, you've changed, you're different people. You know, and don't feel like you're failing if this person causes you to spin out a little bit. Like, that's just like, the energy is strong here. And, you know, just continue to focus on holding your center. Forgive yourself if you feel like you are starting to maybe give a little bit too much time and thought to the relationship before it starts to move forward in a big way. Don't worry about it. You just have a really strong attraction. You both do. It's like magnetic. It's a pull. And then forgive yourself for anything that maybe has happened in the past when you were, you know, still working on yourself. I mean, we're always a work in progress, right? So just continue to focus on your self-worth, self-love as this person works through this stuff. Stay in communication, be kind, you know, don't give in, and don't violate your own boundaries. Continue to demand being treated with respect and love, and you know, continue to ask for the energy that you desire to receive. Don't go back on that. So that is all I have for you, pile one. I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear from you in the comments if you have any feedback. If this resonated for you, I would love it if you hit the like button. That would be really awesome. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you hit subscribe so you can see more videos as they come out. But yeah, so I will leave this here. You guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading. So as a recap, we are going to take a look at what your person feels for you. You guys selected the green fluorite here and the Mars Power Tarot, and we're just going to go ahead and jump right on in. I will shuffle a few times, and then we'll go ahead and start looking at the cards. So what does pile two's person feel for them? pile two's person feel for them? Okay. Spirit, what does pile two's person feel for them? What does pile two's person feel for them? King of Cups. Three of Cups. The Hierophant reversed. The Ten of Cups. Nice. And the bottom of the deck is the Sun. Awesome, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and just pull clarifiers right away. Spirit, can we have a clarifier for the King of Cups, please? This wants to come out. The Magician. Spirit, a clarifier for the Two of Cups, please. Ooh, the Two of Cups. Spirit, can we get a... Okay. Five of Pentacles with Hierophant. Spirit, clarifier for the Ten of Cups. Page of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. Well, well, well. This looks good. Okay. Let me take a quick sip of water and we will get into this. What do they feel for you? Well, it looks like good things. So I see that this person is super into you with the King of Cups here. Clarified by the Magician, they see that you are somebody that they can likely create a future with or create a life with. They feel maybe super generative when you're with them, or your energy just meshes really well with theirs to where they feel like you guys could like do anything together. You guys could conquer the world, create whatever life you wanted to. Like they see you as their counterpart, co-creator. And I think that either you guys are going for, like, you started off as friends and this is rolled into like romance from a friendship, or you guys just have like a really solid friendship established already. Like maybe you weren't friends at first, maybe you did start off in the romance department, but you guys just quickly became friends in addition to like this budding romance in the beginning. So you guys connect really well on like a friendship level. You get each other, you bring each other happiness, like the energy just kind of flows effortlessly between the two of you. Conversations flow effortlessly. Like you guys are just really connected, and like you like see eye to eye on a lot of different things, I feel like. And I feel like there's this reciprocal support between the two of you. Like you just both feel like well supported in the relationship, and like this person is somebody you can talk to about anything, and they feel that way about you. They feel like you are somebody that they can talk to really about anything. They can bring anything to you and you guys can talk it out. Like there's this like deep level of comfort and familiarity. Maybe you guys like knew each other in a past life or something. But there's like a deep level of comfort here, and there is an even deeper level of romance. with this. And, you know, friendships always make for a very strong relationship foundation. So that is really, really good to see here. But they definitely have strong feelings for you. They feel like you're their other half, you're their counterpart, you're their co-creator. They definitely see a future with you. And the emotions and the love that they're feeling is like mature. It's not like here today, gone tomorrow. Like this can go the distance. Like this is like, this has some legs to it. Like it's serious. So yeah, you have their heart for sure. Interesting here to see the Hierophant reversed with the Five of Pentacles. And I think honestly that this is very, it's like a juxtaposition a little bit when you're looking at the rest of the cards, because it's like, excellent, excellent, what WTF is this? And I mean, we all have shadow work. We all, you know, we're always a work in progress. We're never completely healed or perfect. And I think this person might be, like you've inspired some healing or some shadow work within this person, with regard to, like, I keep hearing like where they're going in life. And it's like, I feel like they are breaking away from certain traditions or expectations that they might, that might have been put upon them by like family or community, or if they're involved in like the church, the religion, like that community, maybe some friends. But they're going against certain expectations by way of this relationship. Like perhaps they're like, you bring out like the more authentic side of them. And they are now like, you have inspired them to like pursue their, what brings them like authentic joy. And like, you definitely do bring them authentic joy, and they recognize that. And they're like, I'm going where this person's going. Because your paths are aligned. But there is like an interesting energy here of like uprooting some like family programming, social programming, religious programming here, which is messing a little bit with this person's sense of stability in the world. Like you are pushing them into growth here. Like they're, I feel like they're getting less of a sense of stability from the programming and more of a sense of stability of just life in general, like through the relationship with you. Like perhaps you've opened their eyes to see that there's more to life than just maybe what they've grown up with or like what tradition offers. And, you know, they're kind of, they might not be telling you this, although they might have told you this because it looks like you guys are really close, but it looks like they're just kind of battling some, just some stuff that they've grown up with that brought them stability their entire life. And like, you're giving them like a fresh pair of glasses, or maybe you're taking the glasses off and telling them to look through their own natural eyes at the world around them to see like what really exists, instead of like operating on what other people tell you is, you know, the path that you need to follow or what's important to society or tradition or whatever. So they're working through that energy right now, and they're like maybe feeling like a little, like it's just like personal healing, like dealing with a change in what brings them a sense of stability, and they're finding a lot of stability through this relationship. Now, I don't want that, I'm not trying to say that this person is codependent or anything like that, or this is a codependent relationship, but it's like you're inspiring them to see that stability can be achieved in other ways, and ways that bring them authentic joy. And you in this relationship are a couple of those things. So it's interesting to see that you're inspiring some alchemy within this person. Like they feel like you inspire them to be their authentic self, which is beautiful to see. Like you're inspiring some major growth in this person. And my gosh, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the King of Cups, the 3 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the Sun, the Magician. You guys, like, you couldn't ask for better cards here. And they have like such deep, beautiful feelings for you, like this deep emotional fulfillment. They want to like make you an offer of like commitment, but I feel like it's kind of like maybe perhaps you guys, maybe you have just met more recently, or this relationship is like newer in whatever sense, you know, that is to you. Because the Page is, you know, a younger energy, not younger, but like a more naive energy. Oh, it's not what I'm trying to say either. It's just like a, it has yet to like stabilize and grow deep roots. That's what I'm trying to say here. But there is like a serious offering of commitment here, and a wantingness to explore commitment with you based on these very, very strong feelings of emotional fulfillment, and feelings of love, and just these beautiful, lovely emotions. Like they could see having a family with you. And it's like, they're like, let's start taking a look at this. Let's look a little bit deeper. And they really maybe want to have like, I'm also taking this as like a fresh take on how to build a family, or establish commitment with somebody. Like, I don't think that like we're ready for marriage at this point. Also too, with the Hierophant being reversed, that also kind of signifies that I don't think we're ready for marriage at this point. I do think that this is maybe a younger relationship, not in terms of age of the participants, but or the parties involved, but in terms of just the length of time that you two have been together. So I see this as like still in the beginning stages, but the feelings are like, wow, so strong. And it's not like you know, wands, like passion, where it can like burn out really quick. Like these are legit feelings. These are feelings coming from the heart. Like this person is like you're flipped their world upside down. Like they see things in a very different way as a result of being with you. And it's like you've unlocked the door to authentic joy within them. And they are like, damn, like I need to like lock this down and make it solid and take it to the next level and get things started and start building some deep roots here with this person. So, you know, I do see this relationship progressing. They are very interested in you. They're very strong feelings of love. I feel like that you feel that though, like, and maybe you're seeking this reading just, you know, for affirmation to, you know, double check that maybe you're not delusional or like it's too good to be true. But I honestly see that like your gut is right. Like, first of all, always go with your gut. Like that's like the best source of information. But if you're having like anxiety about it because it just feels like so much in the beginning, that's understandable. So that might be why you're seeking this reading, just to like do a gut check. But this person is like, wow, super interested in you. They see like complete, like emotional completion, sorry, emotional fulfillment, like happiness, like a rebirth, like so much joy. Like you bring them a lot of happiness and joy and warmth and expansion, and like they want to like just do everything with you. Like I don't even like need, like, you guys, your reading is like gonna be short because it's just like, here we are, here's my feelings all on the table, wearing my heart on my sleeve, and like there's no questions here. Like, you know, like sometimes we jump into relationships and it's like the person has things they're not telling us yet because they're afraid and whatever. But I feel like you definitely can feel, I don't think there's any way you can't feel the emotion coming from this person and like the true intentions and feelings coming from this person, because they're so strong. Like it would be really hard, I think, for anybody to hide that. It would come out in one way or another. And I see the relationship definitely going into a new cycle here. Probably something that is a little bit more stable and serious. Maybe it's like making a firm commitment. Here, we can pull clarifiers here to see where this is kind of going. But it's going in a very beautiful direction. Like pure, authentic joy, happiness, emotional fulfillment, like feeling like you've met your counterpart, your co-creator, like somebody you could create a family with. Like those are all the vibes being thrown off of with this, with these cards here. And like you are changing this person. They're like going like through some alchemy rapidly when it comes to like their understanding of like life and expectations and, you know, traditions. Like there's something there that you're inspiring within in them, to kind of like, maybe they want to throw away the whole idea of, oh, you have to have a long courtship and, you know, you can't move in together before you're married. Like maybe some weird thoughts like that. Like maybe they're like, screw it, whatever. Like I'm like so into this person that we're gonna take this, you know, at whatever pace we want to take it. And you know, I don't see a marriage proposal here yet, but I do see like a wantingness to take this to the next level for sure. I mean, I guess that could be a marriage proposal, but honestly, this feels like beginning stages of a relationship. So I just like, in my mind, want to say, you know, in a logical sense, marriage is probably a very small percentage of you here. But this looks like love at first sight, like being hit upside the head, hit with Cupid's arrow, and it's like, oh my God, like this is the love of my life. I'm like literally giddy just looking at these cards because they're so beautiful. But let's pull some clarifiers to see where this is going, and let's get some more information here too. All right, so we just shuffle. We're gonna use the Way Home Tarot for for clarifiers here. I'm sorry if you can hear that beeping. My neighbor's fire alarm is going off, smoke alarm. All right. Spirit, please clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Spirit, please clarify the Wheel of Fortune. For pile 2. Mother of Cups. Spirit, please clarify the Wheel of Fortune. It's a lot. Let's start over. Judgment. Yeah, definitely moving on to a new phase, into like a much deeper romance. Like there's like some heat here and some romance, but this person is starting to develop like a much deeper level of love, like unconditional love. Let me get one more. Like they've gone through a metamorphosis, I feel like, in a very rapid period of time. Six of Swords, so perhaps moving away from something that wasn't really aligned with their path. Maybe they met you, maybe their last relationship before you just was a complete, was completely different from what they have with you, and now they can see like you're it, like you're the real deal. There's like they can compare that energy, and they can like do a little, they're doing like a little of they're doing a little evaluation here. And they're like, yeah, I'm ready to take this to the next level. And there's like this deepening unconditional love for you. Let's see, one more clarifier. The Hermit. So maybe also looking within to kind of clear some space out for this next level to come in. I think they definitely want to be alone with you more than you guys have been or have been able to. Maybe you'll move in together. Maybe that's the next like offering here, because Pentacles are like physical things. It can be like a home structure. So I definitely see that they want to be closer to you. They want to maybe spend more time alone with you. They have like more unconditional love developing within their heart for you. And they want this relationship to start to transform. That's beautiful. So let's see here too with the Five of Pentacles. Spirit, please give us some clarifiers for the Five of Pentacles. That's 2, okay. Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Nostalgia, give and take. Dreaminess. So maybe just some clearing out some like past thoughts or experiences regarding like how to achieve abundance in life. You know, I also feel like they might feel that you are a soulmate of theirs, or maybe they knew you in a past life, which is probably why you guys came together so quickly like this. But there's like it's like a fear of losing abundance here based on like shifting a viewpoint on like a viewpoint on what brings stability in life and like how to move forward. Like it's like abandoning tradition. I keep hearing that, and there's like this fear of losing stability by way of abandoning tradition. And maybe this like going at your own pace here and like, you know, screw like the public opinion or family opinion of, oh, you need to date for a long time, have a long courtship or whatever. Like you're like, hell no, this is a soulmate of mine. I don't need to have, or they are like, this is a soulmate of mine. I don't need to have to, you know, subscribe to society's timeline. And no, like this isn't something that's like hit it and quit it. We're gonna break up and it's gonna be painful loss. Like if we move too quickly, like actually there's like a reciprocation and there's more abundance by pursuing this at the pace that you're drawn to pursue it at, which I feel like is fast. Wow. This is some serious stuff here, you guys. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. You are lucky. Let's see, anything else we want to clarify here? Let's just clarify the Magician. Spirit, please give us a clarifier for the Magician. 8 of Wands, definitely so aligned with the Magician energy. That's awesome, you guys. They see you as somebody they can really create and manifest with, and they want this like lickety split. They want to move very fast with you. Okay, so if that's something you're not comfortable with, maybe you want to take a closer look at things within yourself to maybe just make sure that you're honoring your boundaries and the pace that you want things to flow at. But this person is hot and heavy for you, and not like in a Wands way, in a Cups way, in like a deep emotional and caring way. And they're like, I know it in my heart, this is the one, and I'm going to follow whatever timeline, pace, that feels right, not based on like what everybody is saying or I should need to do or should do. And also too, I don't know if you follow astrology, but I definitely feel like you two probably have, like if you look at your synastry, which is looking at the two natal charts like on top of each other, just look at all the different aspects between the two of you to see how you two relate. It's my favorite topic, by the way, in astrology. But this is making me think that you guys probably are going to see some soulmate indications, like maybe like a node on ascendant descendant, or like a vertex contact, you know, with a personal planet between someone's vertex and someone's personal planet, vertex, anti-vertex. I would definitely look at that because this is electric, and that's like an electric axis. And there may have been a vertex contact in one of your charts when you two met too, so that's something you can take a look at as well. It's a really fun exploration too. Just get their birth information, birth time, birth date, birthplace, and go to like astro.com and put your stuff in and take a look at how the two charts interplay. And you can like Google, you know, the different aspects too, to kind of get a better idea of what's going on. It's always just a fun exercise. At least I think so personally. Anyway, but I think that you guys might have some astrological aspects that definitely stand out and will indicate some kind of a past life relationship, or a soulmate connection as well. Maybe you have several, but there's definitely something here that is like, you guys were fated to meet for sure. You guys definitely, I feel like, know each other from a past life, and you quickly became friends, quickly like started to catch feelings. Like, I feel like this is very reciprocal here too with the Six of Pentacles. Like, this isn't just one-sided. So like what you're feeling about this person, they're feeling about you. Like, you're not imagining things. It's not too good to be true. Like, this is like really strong feelings coming in here, you guys. So this is just absolutely gorgeous, and you are very lucky, and I'm very happy for you, and I would love to actually hear about this. So please please comment, because this is incredible. Let's go ahead and get a couple of some personal messages here from Spirit, just for you in navigating this energy, to make sure you're true to yourself, true to your boundaries, and you're always loving yourself first. Some advice from Spirit, so to keep you from losing your sense of center, because this looks like definitely a whirlwind. Spirit, any advice for pile 2 in terms of taking care of self and needs? Okay. Self-discipline. I have faith that my work will be rewarded in perfect timing. Self-forgiveness. I treat myself with respect and kindness from today forward. And self-acceptance. I gracefully adapt to my circumstances and allow myself to flow. Yeah, so I feel like with self-discipline, I think that this relationship might take a lot of your attention, and it looks like it's very exciting, and like who wouldn't want to focus on that all the time? I mean, I feel like I would melt away into it. But we don't want to lose our sense of self, right? And you don't want to lose what's going on in your life. You don't want to become codependent on somebody, right? You want to have a strong sense of self, a strong sense of love, because this is two individuals coming together into a relationship. So self-discipline, continue to be true to yourself, focus on your work, make sure you get your, you have all of your things, and what's the word I'm looking for? My brain is like slowly dying out. But you just have all your obligations taken care of, things that you have to do are met, and just always make sure you're taking care of yourself and your, your space, your energy, making sure you're eating healthy, you're working out if that's your thing, you're just continuing to take care of yourself and your obligations, so that you can avoid codependency in this relationship, and make sure your life continues to function, even with this beautiful whirlwind romance kind of maybe sweeping you off your feet. So just kind of Spirit's telling you to don't forget about, just making sure that the things that you need to take care of are still taken care of as well alongside this. And self-forgiveness, I treat myself with respect and kindness from this day forward. I feel like this person actually might be helping you, like, I don't know why this is coming to mind, but see your true beauty and like, really see your value. Like, I feel like you already like saw that before, and you were in a really good space before meeting this person, but they, they really like see you as this beautiful person inside and out, and they want you to like be nice to yourself and be kind to yourself. And Spirit also too is like, continue to have kindness for yourself, maybe even if you feel like you're falling off track because you're getting swept up in this relationship, or just dealing with life's challenges, and maybe even thinking about stuff from the past that you don't want to bring into this beautiful new relationship too. Just kind of forgive yourself and let any of that baggage go, and love yourself, and know that everything that you've experienced up until this point, has shaped who you are and has brought you to this beautiful, beautiful relationship. And then self-acceptance. I gracefully adapt to my circumstances and allow myself to flow. So I also get like receptive vibes from this. Like, the universe wants you to be receptive. Like, and I think that you don't really have to be super active. Like, obviously you want to reciprocate, right? But you don't have to like go out of your way to make this relationship happen. Like, it just flows. And I think that self-acceptance too is telling, Spirit's just advising that, like, stop questioning it. Like, this is really happening, and the feelings are real, and accept that that's coming in for you. Be ready to receive, and flow with the energy, flow with where it's going. Like, don't question it. Don't feel like, someone's gonna pull the rug out, because I definitely do not get the vibes of somebody pulling the rug out here. Like, these are legit feelings and unconditional love and care and joy. like authentic feelings. So, you know, you're in a good place, like energetically too, which is what has attracted this into your life, which is what helped bring you two together. So, you know, maybe you're somebody that suffers a little bit from self-judgment or questioning situations. Maybe there's like a spirit's wanting you to take a look at any questions you might have regarding, you know, what you deserve and deservingness in this life. And it'll help you open up to receiving all this good stuff that is coming in, because this is like incredible, you guys. I am like, wow, this is awesome. And I would love for you to comment, because this is so beautiful. I would love to hear about it if this resonates for you. So pile 2, this is where I'm going to leave your reading. Again, I would love to hear from you in the comments. This is incredible. And if this resonated for you, I would love it if you hit the like button and considered subscribing. If you're interested in a personal reading, I also offer those. More information is down in the description, and how to book through Chiron's Alchemy, which is my main booking website for all my services. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you again in your next reading. See you later. Hi, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So you guys selected this beautiful lapis crystal and the Moon Power Tarot. And we are looking at today what your person feels for you. What are their feelings for you? What's going on? And I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in with the tarot here. We have the Moon Power Tarot deck. I'm going to give it a few good shuffles, and then we will get started. So what does pile 3's person feel for them? All right. Spirit, what does pile 3's person feel for them? Page of Swords. Seven of Pentacles, or wait a minute. 8 of Pentacles reversed. And her little book says, 42, don't panic. We have the Page of Cups, the Empress, and the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. And I'll go ahead and pull some clarifiers right away. Spirit, clarifiers for Page of Swords, please. I got 2 here. Page of Pentacles. And the 8 of Cups. Okay, 7 of Pentacles reversed. We've got the Chariot. And this card wanted to say hello as well, and the Emperor. I know this looks funky, but let's go with it. Page of Cups, clarifier for that, please. King of Wands. Clarify for the Empress, please. Four of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups with the King of Cups. Interesting. Put this over here. Okay. I feel like this person is in their head a little bit right now, and kind of a risk-averse person. Like maybe this person tends to overthink things, or is just kind of skeptical about things, or maybe they're just, I feel like they're trying to get their bearings, and I feel like they're debating between moving forward with the relationship and bringing in some energy of stability here with the Ace of Pentacles, or moving away from the relationship. And they're like, is this something I want to pursue? Is this... We'll have to pull some more clarifiers on this one, but that just seems like a very... Those are two very different paths. So they're considering like staying or leaving, or pursuing and not pursuing. And I feel like this might be a new relationship, just given the page here and the Page of Cups here as well. And this person seems to be like a little impatient as well. They, I don't know if they're not capable of putting in the work, or they just don't want to like have to put in a lot of work into this relationship. Perhaps this is either something new, or maybe considering coming back to the table on something with somebody. But it's like, do I want to put in the work here on this relationship? Do I even have the patience to think about that? Like this person is, I feel like this person lacks grounding a little bit. Like they are definitely somebody who's like up in their head. And it's like the energy is very like all over the place, like sporadic, like, you know, this is like, seems like black and white paths. Like this is like an energy of like non-committal and committal. And the Emperor too is like, I feel like this person is trying to be like too logical, like head over heart with this. And they're not really letting their feelings in at the moment when it comes to deciding on, you know, what they want to do here. But I see that things are starting to like evolve for this person, and like I think passion is starting to build up. I think that they see you as the Empress, and they see you as this like really beautiful, creative, just this like lovely individual with really good energy that's like comfortable in her own skin, or his or her own skin. It doesn't have to be male, female, but they see you as the Empress, and they see a lot of value in you. Like you're very high value to them, and maybe they have a problem with how they value themselves. Maybe they don't feel like they're good enough. Like they're just thinking about it too logically. Like, are we good on paper? That kind of like conversation in your head, like instead of looking into your heart and thinking like, what kind of feelings does this person bring up in me? And what do I want to do based on those feelings? It's more like making a chart, and it's like, these are the aspects I don't like, these are the aspects I like. And I mean, sometimes, you know, that's always good to do that, but that shouldn't be the only evaluation being done. And this person is very like committal, non-committal. Like it could go either way. with these two here, but the feelings are building. And I feel like maybe this person just doesn't have a whole lot of experience in love. Maybe they haven't had like a lot of relationships in the past. And so that they don't really know how to navigate these feelings that are coming in. And maybe the most natural thing for them to do is to kind of go up into their head to process things. But I feel like they're starting to recognize like that there is this passion, and it's bringing them back into their body and out of their head. And they're like, oh, there's like some kind of a fire burning inside here for this person. And like there's this big like attraction to you. Like it's a magnetic attraction. So it's like they'll go up into their head, but then I feel like they quickly come back into their body, because there's like a physical attraction here for you. And they see you as this beautiful, creative, successful person, like that's in their own element. And they see like this, they're like, you offer stability. Like they don't see you as like this like crazy option. They see you as like this really like stable option that kind of, you know, brings everything to the table. And perhaps they're wondering if they're even able to bring everything to the table to match you. They're wondering if they can be the emperor to the empress. And it's like, if they do fall into that emperor energy, I mean, I think they're being really logical, and that's like a, you know, quality of the emperor. But if they like fall into the viewpoint of being your counterpart, if they eventually get to that place, I feel like they're just gonna like give everything to the relationship. They'll be like, yep, okay, this makes sense, and like I am like all or nothing and directing my energy directly towards this relationship, and I'll try to make it work. Like this person is, I see some serious like follow through in whatever direction they want to take, but they're kind of up in the air, I feel like right now, and on direction. But they definitely feel a physical attraction for you. You bring them out of their head into their body, and they keep trying to like fly up into their head to like rationalize their feelings for you, which is interesting to see. And I think that not only do they have a physical passion for you, but they're starting to develop feelings in their heart. They will eventually develop feelings in their heart for you. And then they will, I think, come to the table and make an offering of a relationship or love to you. Like they will begin to see that, yeah, you guys are counterparts, and you know, they'll begin to see you as the other half. So I feel like you guys are maybe like in the beginning of stages of a relationship right now, and you're moving towards this. So maybe this is something like brand new, and like maybe you both are in like the evaluation stage and kind of considering what to do here. Maybe this person's just been single for a really long time, and they're like just kind of set in their ways. And they're like, do I even want to like put my energy towards a relationship? And their heart and their body are like, yeah, like we're attracted to this person. And their mind's like, okay. As funny as that sounds, but you know, some people put head over heart, especially if, you know, they're not used to functioning in their feelings so much. So maybe this person is like an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. But they will start to come down into their body and eventually into their heart. For sure, that's what I'm seeing here. And I definitely see feelings developing, like more serious romantic feelings, like maybe becoming a couple coming up soon. That's the trajectory here, at least now today, while we're looking at this. So let's pull a few clarifiers here on this. A few of these things. We're going to use the Way Home deck, tarot deck, for clarifiers. Okay. What do we want to clarify? This Spirit, can you please clarify Page of Swords with the Eight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, definitely thinking about, like, I feel like over-analyzing, investing their energy and time into this. Very over-analyzing it. And I'm not seeing the Eight of Swords here, which would be typically indicative of that. But I see that they're looking at this as like a solid investment, and they're kind of wondering if they have like the time, wherewithal, and maybe even looking at their self-worth to see if they can even match you. They're like, what do I do? And I feel like right now this person is maybe leaning away from committing. So you might not feel like a sense of commitment from this person at the moment, and it might be a bit of time before you do. Like, they're just not there yet. Okay, Spirit, please clarify the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Death reversed. So maybe perhaps this person had some, like, a bad experience in the past when it comes to like being in emotions, being in love. It doesn't have to be like a significant other, but you know, it's something that they haven't fully released yet. And I feel like that's what's blocking them from like acknowledging their worth. I feel like this person has some questions about self-worth and maybe feeling like intimidated with you a little bit, or intimidated by you. You know, they see you as the Empress, and like somebody with just so much value, like somebody who maybe appears to like just have it all and just be really like attractive, sensual, highly creative, successful, prosperous, abundant. Like, they see you as all of these things, and I feel like they're questioning their value and their worth and what they can actually bring to the table. And if like this is something that they should even invest in, because maybe I feel like they're prone to think that maybe it'll just end up in heartbreak. And is it worth putting in all the work just to have your heart broken? I feel like that I'm channeling that in from them directly. So they're kind of going through some healing right now, I think. They might not tell you about this. Maybe you have like some kind of inkling of it. But that might seem like why their energy is like so inconsistent and all over the place, is because they're kind of working through some ish in their head, in their you know, subconscious, that just needs to be kind of like cleaned out. They need to do some gardening, that's for sure. But I see that honestly this looks like it's going to, at least at this point in time, this looks like it's going to progress into a good place. So this is just kind of giving you an idea of what's going on under the hood here. Okay, Spirit, clarifier on the Chariot, please. I'll take the Four of Pentacles here. Which seems very stuck. And the Chariot is like in movement. So, you know, but I think that that would be movement towards stability. Like, so I think that that would be movement towards investing in the relationship eventually. I think once they work through all of this, this stuff that they're processing. Also too, I feel like this is showing in another way that this person is also like in the safe little bubble right now where their feelings can't get hurt. And I think that they know that pursuing this relationship will pull them out of this bubble very quickly as well. So looking at that in two different ways here, and I think that they both ring true. So like you are pulling them out of their comfort zone in a big way, and they're like they're so intrigued by you, but there's like all this like analysis and fear of pain, which is keeping them from putting it on the table and investing in the relationship. They're in a safe bubble right now. They can't be hurt. And leaving that is scary for them. So let's see. Spirit, please clarify the King of Wands. Mother of Cups. I feel like if you maintain your distance, like, and you just like continue to do your own thing and like don't push on this person to work through their stuff, like just do you, maintain your distance, maybe not be a total icy person. I want to say ice queen, but you can be male, female, doesn't matter. But just kind of like keep your distance, keep your cool, and let this person work through their stuff. And I feel like that that you continuing to pursue like what brings you like happiness, like your creative pursuits, you know, whatever you're doing now or whatever you're doing right before this got started to draw this person in, just continue to like have that safe distance until this person brings their energy forward. And I feel like this will motivate them to bring their energy forward. It's going to light the fire within them because they're not going to feel like you're pushing. They're going to be like, okay, she or he is cool. They're doing whatever they, you know, need or want to do at this time. And, you know, it's going to feel like a safer space for them to like grow and expand on their own, in their own, like, in their own way and according to their own timeline. Now, if that timeline doesn't work for you, by all means, do you, right? Like, this is you doing you, and you're like, have your boundaries, you know, in place, and you're honoring them. But don't ice this person out, but just have clear boundaries. And if they, you know, aren't coming to the table fast enough for you, honestly, you're free to pursue whatever you need to pursue. And that brings you, you know, happiness, or do whatever you want to do, right? But don't wait around for this person. But I feel like you kind of continuing to do your own thing is going to motivate this person into action. Okay, and Spirit, can we please have a clarifier on King of Cups, Two of Cups? Ten of Wands reversed. I feel like this person is going to get tired of their over-analysis and their, like, I feel like they make themselves suffer. And they, I feel like, want a fresh, brand new beginning. And they're going to want to, like, get rid of, like, the self-defeating thoughts and want to bring, like, some fresh energy in. And I feel like that passion is going to be lit up within them, you know, if you continue to do your own thing and maintain your distance, you know, whatever is comfortable for you. I think this card is advising not to push. Just do you right now. But this person is like going to be like sick and tired of like being their own biggest burden. And they're like, okay, fine. Let's go for it. One more clarifier here, Spirit. I feel like this wants to come out. Two of Swords reversed. Yeah. Their walls are going to come down. They're like, they burn themselves out with all of like this runaround in their mind and like this avoidance, and like they make their life harder than it needs to be, especially when it comes to like passion and romance. And I feel like they're going to be like, all right, that's it. Like, let's just go for it, because like they're going to notice that you do kind of light them up. Like, they're not able to put the thoughts of you away. Like, they can't just like forget about you. Like, you're still there. You still light up their passions, and they're going to get like so sick of themselves, like being a curmudgeon. Not to be mean or anything, but, you know, just kind of being like an ass about it, about all of this. And they're gonna like cut down the walls and be like, all right, let's get after it. Maybe they're gonna start talking to you about their feelings, what's going on, or just like bring some things to light. But they're gonna say, okay, let's get some forward movement here. Let's take down the boundaries. Let's like, you know, clear the air here and allow things to naturally come in. Like, I see just the defenses going down and like the surrender, just a complete surrender to you. So that's actually good to see. This looks like some kind of strategic process here. But, you know, energy motivates energy, and you have attracted this person. They clearly have an interest in you, but they're trying to like beat it out of their head, and they're gonna lose the battle. Just continue to maintain your safe distance, honor your boundaries. I'm going to pull a few cards from the self-love affirmation stack, just to kind of bring your head back to self-love, what we need to focus on in order to weather this path of this person kind of working on their ish. Keep your head in a healthy space. Spirit, any advice for pile 3, self-love? Self-narrative. I choose to make my world and life an amazing place to live in. That is so Empress. That could not be more Empress. So just continue to be that Empress. Like, continue to beautify, design, and like pursue abundance in your own world. Like what you were doing prior to meeting this person, you know, in terms of like self-love and building out your life and pursuing your hobbies and what brings you joy in life. I feel like you were doing that, and I think you still are doing that. But don't let this person's stuff like drag you down and distract you. Like, just let them deal with it and just be around. Have your boundaries up. You don't have to heal this person. You are motivating them to heal themselves. Just continue doing what you do, because there's magic in that. Like, you are inspiring alchemy within this person by way of just doing what you love to do. So continue to do that. Like, don't fall into maybe a wantingness to push this or to heal them. Like, just let them do their thing and have patience and stay focused on self. Spirit, any other advice cards? That's a lot. Spirit, any advice cards for pile 3? Self-esteem. Continue to keep that self-esteem high. I feel like this person is battling some self-esteem issues. Don't let them pull your energy down into that space. I feel like if you want to heal that, if you like attempt to heal them, it's gonna pull you down out of your Empress energy. I mean, you can probably heal them to an extent, but you don't want to take on their burdens. So continue to feel good about the person you choose to be. Continue to just operate in your own energy. Keep your self-esteem high. And don't let this person's like going back and forth make you feel any less about yourself, because this is something that is going on within them. It has really nothing to do with you and your self-worth at all. Not at all. Not even for a second. This is their ish that they need to deal with, their pain that they need to process, their healing that they need to go through. Don't let any of that affect your opinion of yourself and your worth in this entire process. Just continue to be that Empress. Okay, anything else? Can we get one more? Self-resilience. I understand exactly when to work, rest, and receive. Exactly. Just continue to do you, boo. This is what this is saying. Like, this person is here. You are doing your thing. Don't put your life on hold for them at all. You know, have your boundaries. I just feel like I keep repeating myself, but this is what Spirit is saying. Like, just continue to do your thing. Stay resilient. Don't let this drag you down. This person will eventually get to this place. I can roll some dice to see like how long in terms of months maybe, or which months this might start to like ease up and come to fruition, so that we can get out of a mind space of worrying. But I feel like Spirit is telling you to not worry about it and let things kind of just unfold naturally. Just continue doing you. Like, there is interest here. If you're interested in this person, just have patience. Continue to do your own thing, right? Don't put your life on hold for this person. But, you know, I feel like they're going to come back, and they're going to come back in like real strong pretty soon. So let's see impossible like months in this timeline. When will we get to the Two of Cups, King of Cups? How many months, Spirit? 1 to 5. Okay. It's not so bad. So it's either January through May, or within a month to 5 months from seeing this reading, from receiving this message. So that's kind of a wide timeline. Another pile had an even wider one, so. But that's not too bad. Especially if you're focused on yourself and you're busy and doing things, like that time can fly by. 1 month can fly by. To me, 1 month feels like a week. So just stay focused on you. It looks like this is resolving pretty soon. So, you know, if this is something you're interested in, stay tuned. So I will leave your reading here, pile 3. I hope this was helpful. I would love to hear from you in the comments if this resonated. And I would love if you hit the like button if this resonated for you as well. And also consider hitting subscribe so you can see new readings as they are posted. If you are interested in a private reading, I also do offer those. The information is down in my bio. You can book through my website, Chiron's Alchemy. There is no other way to book. I would never solicit anybody via DM, via email. You would just have to go onto the website and book through the booking system there. So it's really clean. If anybody ever asks you, pretending to be me or Chiron's Alchemy, Sage Centaurus or Chiron's Alchemy seeking a reading, to book a reading with you, know that that is spam. And it's a spammer, scammer, whatever we want to call them, but you can always just book a reading through my website if you would like. The information is down in the bio if you're interested. So thank you, pile 3. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will hopefully see you in your next reading. Bye.